G'day viewers, or welcome to the gold lovers out there. For the first time in years, I've actually run out of e-waste. Supply's been a bit low. I've got nothing to process, and I've only got tiny collections of various things. Not enough for a video, but in an effort to keep the videos coming for you guys, I bought some things off eBay. Now, I've proven in the past that you can't really make money on eBay unless you're lucky, unless you snag a good deal, but 99% of the time the things that you buy on eBay cost too much to get your money back. And in this situation, I've been severely stung, although it's worth it because it keeps the videos coming for you guys. Now, these items, I'll run them through with you. This teardrop pendant, I'll show you in relation to my finger how big it is. It's like the length of one section of my finger. You would think that would weigh a fair bit. On the clasp here, on the little loop there, it says 375, which means 9 karat gold. It was advertised at 9 karat gold. However, it feels like plastic. It's extremely light, and I think I've been duped. And I'll give you a look at the weight of it. So you would expect something of this to be, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 grams. I'll show you how light this thing is. Just over half a gram. It is nothing but gold-plated plastic. In fact, I would be surprised if it's even gold-plated. It's probably not even real gold. Maybe the little clasp is, but the pendant itself certainly isn't. And this cost me 40 Australian dollars. So I've been stung there. Now this thing here, supposed to be 14 karat. It was advertised at 14 karat gold. And nowhere is there a hallmark or a stamp. I've looked everywhere. It's not on this loop thing here. There's certainly nowhere on the front to have it. And on the back it just looks like it's been molded. There is no way this is a 14 karat piece. If it was 14 karat, I would imagine they would certainly put a hallmark or a stamp or something, but there's nothing. I've looked everywhere on this, and there is no numbers, no hallmark, so I highly doubt that it's anything more than probably cast aluminium or zinc or something. So I'm not even going to test these stones, because of what would be the point. They wouldn't put diamonds and rubies and things on junk jewellery. I'll give you a weight. This is quite heavy, and zinc is usually heavy, so my guess is it's made of zinc. So together the weight of this stuff would be 20 grams. So if that was real gold, I would expect, so the weight of the brooch alone, 14 karat is meant to be roughly half gold and half other metals. So at 19.5 grams, I should get at least 9 grams, 10 grams, almost just under 10 grams of gold. I reckon I won't even get 1 gram. I think I've really been stung. But together, 20 grams, so that's what we're going to be starting with, 20 grams. This would be a good lesson for you guys. Even though I've proved it in other videos, buying from eBay is risky, and I thought I was buying, I went to the scrap gold section of eBay, and I was led to believe this is real gold. Anyway, I'll make a video of it, and I hope you guys like it. I have been learning how to use my computer more. You know, I'm very computer illiterate, trying to make my videos more appealing for you guys to watch. And in one thing that I had learnt, one section that I was reading, I found out that YouTube really want people to watch videos through to the end. So if you cut short of a video, if you're almost at the end and you stop watching it, it does not help the person who had the video. It's all got to do with analytics. I don't understand it. I'm trying to get a grasp of it, but basically I'm asking you guys, if you want to help me, can you please make sure you're watching my videos right to the end? Somehow YouTube know whether or not you do, and it would help me greatly if you could do that. Even if it means you get up and go make a coffee or do something just for a few minutes while the video goes completely to the end, I would certainly appreciate that. Alright, so let's not stop talking and go out and get this on the hot plate and start processing it and waste more nitric acid on rubbish by the looks of it. Now, if this is 9 carat, which I know it probably wouldn't be, then it can be processed by just putting it in nitric acid. No need for inquartation, because anything 9 carat or less or 18 carat and more needs to be, you can process it straight in nitric acid. If it's higher than 9 carat and less than 18 carat, it needs to be inquarted. If this is rolled gold, gold filled, gold plated, it's certainly not carat jewelry, then that can also be treated the same way. So both of these items can go straight in nitric acid to dissolve all the base metals. No need to inquart any of this. And all these little stones, they're probably just junk stuff, but my girlfriend does art, so she'll take these. It's too hard to get them out now. I'll let everything dissolve and just collect them in the bottom of the beaker afterwards. Alright, so off we go. I'll go get started. So here we go. I've got a large enough beaker just in case, for some strange reason, that this is real gold. I want to make sure there's plenty of room for the reaction and for nitric acid to be continuously put in. You see that pendant's floating. I'm sure that's gold, plastic. You never see gold do that. Anyway, so that's distilled water, and here comes the nitric acid. Put plenty in, because I'm only going to be dissolving base metals. I'll put some heat on, about half. What's it go up to? 12, so half would be 6. Alrighty. Put a lid on, and we'll see what happens. I hope that there's some real gold there. I can't see how there would be. It would be nice. I'll come back when something's worth showing. Well, there's a strong reaction, which wouldn't surprise me because it means there's a lot of base metals going up. Going by the colour of the solution, I'd say that's probably brass or copper. It looks to me like that piece is nearly been all consumed. I doubt very much whether there'll be anything left at the end of it, or possibly some flakes. That's about it. That pendant is black and floating on the surface. I do see a few gold flakes moving around in there. I doubt very much it's going to be, what did it work out to be, something like $140 I spent. I'm not going to get that back. That'd have to be 2 grams at least to get that back. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So the reaction stopped. There's lots of nitric acid in there and there's nothing happening, so there's no more metals to dissolve. So now I'm going to take it off the heat, let it cool down and filter, and hopefully get some gold foils. Well, there's a little what I would call glass beads, and anything that went into the filter is in there, and I doubt there's going to be much in there, if anything at all, but we'll give it a shot. So I'll put some hydrochloric acid in there and a little bit of nitric acid and see if we can get anything dissolved. Well, despite the bubbling from the heat and the change in colour of the solution, I'm not seeing any fumes. So I don't think anything is being dissolved. If there is, it's so small that it's just enough to change the colour of the solution, and that's it. But anyway, I'll let it boil for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and then I'll do a stannous test and see if there's anything in solution. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, there are some fumes, so it's a good sign. Hopefully there's gold there. I'll be so surprised if there is. It'd be really nice if there is. It's been on the heat now for 15 minutes or so, and still some fumes, but not many. I might put a tiny bit more nitric acid in because I've only put about 1 ml. Let's see what happens. The solution has filtered through. Now it's time to do a stannous test. There's a lot of crystals in the bottom. It's been pretty cold and it's been sitting. And I'm expecting a negative result, or a very, very slight positive because of the little clasp that had 375 written on it. Appears there may be some gold in there. Goody goody gumdrops. So what I'll do now is I'll put some copperas, which I've got made up here, into the solution and see if it drops any gold. I'm not hopeful for much, but we'll see. That's a pretty good result. It took a long time though. Anyway, we'll see what happens. It's been sitting overnight, and you can see there's a little bit of something in there. It's not a whole lot, but it's definitely something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this off and collect what's in the bottom, rinse it a few times. Okay, so I've rinsed it a couple of times just with clean water. Some crystals, it's getting cold at night out here. Now, normally what I would do is I would give it 3 boiling hot water washes, then I would boil it in hydrochloric acid, and then I'd give it 3 more water washes. But recently, on multiple occasions, even though I've dropped it with copperas, which is supposed to drop the gold and only the gold, I've washed the sediment many times, and then I've put it in hydrochloric acid and it's dissolved. It's gone nowhere. And even after doing a stannous test, it's proving there's nothing in there, which bewilders me. And then I've tried putting SMB in there, nothing happens, it just vanishes. I actually was doing a video for you guys about a week ago, and it happened. I had a thicker layer than this, washed it so many times to make sure I had all the copperas out. Then as soon as I put a hydrochloric acid in there, it just vanished. So what I'm going to do this time, make sure I've got something for the video, is to actually pour this out and dry it. I've got this system here, which is a little dish. There's some baking paper, and that's the only residue that's been from gold. Normally when I put gold into a beaker and try and dry it, it sticks to the beaker and it's hard to get out. With this system here, that's the only residue. The tiniest little bit sticks. So what I'll do is I'll pour all the gold into here, then with a pipette I suck out as much water as I can, and then I put, let's just say it's this here, a beaker of water, or if I'm doing another solution, I'll put it on the heat with a lid on top, like so, and then I put this on top, and this plate gets hot, which heats this up and dries the powder nice and slowly. I'll even put a small beaker over the top so the wind doesn't blow it out everywhere. And that's the best results I've had, and I've tried finding all sorts of different ways of drying gold powder, and that's the best one so far. So I'll do that, and then once I get the gold powder, I'll melt it so I can actually show you something, and I can always refine it that later. It really doesn't matter if it gets refined now or later. So that's what I'll do. I'll get something melted up for the video, and then I'll refine it a second time later. I've got other things I'll be doing soon, so that can go in with them and get refined with that. So right now I need 2 hands. I'll pour that out, put the gold into here, put it on top of a dish of water, get it hot, evaporate it down. I'll do all that and then I'll come back. Now it's dry, you can see what a good idea this is. It just flakes off like it's nothing. It's so good. It took me years to find a perfect way to dry. Now I don't know if this is gold. It's got a lot of white stuff. I'm going to use a dirty milk dish, and that's fine because I don't even know for sure if this is even gold, and even if it is, it needs to be refined. And my other 2 dishes, these are the ones on a video where I cleaned them. I haven't re-seasoned them yet, so I'll stick to this one for now. And if I did have a nice clean milk dish, I'd use that for pure gold anyway. So I'll get this gold out of here, break it up into a smaller pile. Sorry, I'm trying to look at what I'm doing and not through the camera. See how this has come out nice and clean. The minimalist amount of whatever it is in there. I love that system. Okay, so I'll get set up with the torch and put the phone up on this clip thing I got here and start melting. Alright, now viewers have asked me to use borax at the very end rather than at the start. I'm just trying to make sure this doesn't blow out. I've got it on as gentle a flame as I could get. So I've got some borax sitting by, and at the very end I'll put some borax on it. It's really blowing around in there. I might have to put a little bit in there now just to stop it blowing around. I'm not even expecting this to be gold. I don't know what it would be, but I'll be surprised if it is gold. If there is any gold in it, the only gold could possibly be from the little clasp that had the numbers on it. Yeah, that borax I put in there, even though it was only a little pinch, has done exactly the same thing it always does. It's now combined and it's making it hard to melt whatever's in there because it's all sitting under borax, because there was already some borax in the dish. And I really hate using borax. I'm trying to do everything the viewers are asking so that everybody's happy, but Not easy. I can't even find whatever it is now because it's all under the borax. There it is. See if I can get the borax to run away from it. No. I don't know if you can tell, you wouldn't be able to see it because of all the borax, but I can see the ball there floating around. I just can't seem to get it away from the borax. I wonder if I burn it long enough, if the borax will burn away. For those who haven't seen my other videos, I'm more than prepared to say that this is not my forte. Melting gold, pouring gold is something I need experience at. If you want to see someone who really knows their stuff, who really knows how to pour a mean bar of gold, you should go and check out Lithic Metals. That guy is a professional when it comes to pouring gold. I'm going to tell you what, I've never seen anyone pour a bar of gold as good as he does. I might even put a link to his video at the end of this, if I can find his link. So you can go and check him out. He really knows how to pour a mean bar of gold. Well, so this, whatever it is here, but I just can't get it away from the borax. Every time I try and move the borax away, it just runs with the borax. exactly why I hate using borax. I only put the tiniest pinch on there. I think if you're melting a big enough button it wouldn't matter, but because it's such a small amount, it's just too hard. As soon as you put a bit of borax in there, it covers it, and you can't separate it. So what I'll try and do is move it down to the side. Just leave it there for a second. And I'll take the heat away, give it a chance to cool just that little bit, but enough that the borax is still running. And hopefully the borax will run back down when I let go. And this might cool just enough to adhere itself to the side of the dish. Let's see what happens. I'll try this. No. God, I hate doing this. I think it almost ran away by itself then. Oh, see, it just sinks straight back into the borax again. I'm going to have to try and pour it out on the table. I don't have a dish of water ready. There it is. Alright. I don't know what it is. But there's a little bead. There's the camera there. So I'm going to set it in a bit of dilute sulfuric acid on heat. See if it cleans it up a tiny bit. And hopefully we'll be able to see what it is. But that's not a lot from what was supposed to be some gold. Kind of looks like it might be copperish, maybe gold. Clearly all that stuff I had would be a lot more than this. So obviously the clasp, I would believe, was nothing but junk jewelry, because that just melted away to nothing. And this is probably just a little loop from the teardrop. We'll see how it comes up after some sulfuric acid. I'll boil it in dilute sulfuric acid for about an hour or so. I'll keep an eye on it. If it comes up nice and clean sooner, then I'll pull it out, but we'll see what it's like after an hour. So that's the little bead. The flux has been washed off it. It was dissolved from the sulfuric acid. As you can see, it's heavily contaminated. I can't even tell what it is. Don't even know for sure if there's any gold in there. It's going to have to be refined, but we'll get a weight and see what it is anyway. Now, I've proved in other videos that you're wasting your time trying to make money on eBay. This would just be another one to verify. 0.17 of whatever that is. No idea. Probably copper, and it's just falling on the floor. Oh well, I'll find that. And so, you know, unless you're lucky, I wouldn't go trying to make money by buying things off eBay. I hope you liked what you saw, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.